In Colossians chapter 3, verse 23, Paul says that we should put our heart in whatever we do, but we have to do it as if we do it for Jesus, for the Lord, and not for the human beings. And that made me think about the society nowadays. I mean, the most of the people, roughly everybody, needs to identify themselves with an ideology, a party, a tendency, a collective, or a social group, and they defend sometimes up to even their life certain positions, and they tend to be radicals, let's say, in a certain moments. We see others as the opposite, and we put our heart in defending some ideas, political parties, or tendencies, or as I said, collectives, or whatever it is. But these justify whatever we do. In other words, would Jesus do the same as you are doing right now? Yes, let me explain this. I mean, Jesus, he shared time with drunk people, with people who were doing feasts, with prostitutes, with tax collectors, and with all those who were desecrated from the society. But remember that he was not a drinker, he was not a robber, he was not using the prostitutes to use their services, but rather he was there to help those people. You know what I mean? Being with certain collectives, it doesn't mean that you have to identify yourself fully or completely or even in part with their ideology. So what are you doing? Where are you putting your heart? What are you defending, and for what reasons? Are you trying to get someone else's approval, or are you really putting your heart as if Jesus was with you doing that? That's a big difference. I've been wondering about all these things. For me, the most important is I have to put my heart in whatever I do as if Jesus was with me at that moment. The point is, the last time you were in a manifestation, in a parade, in a public event or whatever, being part of a group, of a movement that you identify yourself somehow, or you want to defend somehow, you think that you were putting your heart into that. My question is, were you doing that as if Jesus was there, as if you were doing it for Jesus? Because that, if you feel uncomfortable thinking about that, that means that you're putting your heart in a wrong way, maybe in a wrong, let's say, reason or collective or whatever it is. Just think about this. Yes, Jesus shared time with certain people, but that doesn't mean that he belonged to them or to that type of kind of person or collective. So what are you doing with your heart? Where are you putting your efforts? Are you really doing those things as if you were doing that for Jesus? Answer yourself and think about that. We do not need the approval of men. We need the approval of the Lord.